Hi guys, welcome to Tuesday Travel Tips, and if you can't tell from the lovely amount of bags that I have chilling with me right now, we're going to talk about picking a round-the-world backpack. In my mind, there are three different types of backpackers. The minimalist, the double packer, and this is what I call the extremist. First question I have for you is, what is the purpose of your travels? I can carry my minor necessities. The double packer, where you are carrying a backpack on your back and on your front. Usually one of them is your day pack and the other is your night pack. Your night pack carries more of your tents and your bigger things, and your day pack is more your technology, the things that say I was staying at a hostel, I could leave my night pack and my day pack could get me to all the tourist destinations, all the other things that I want to see. But walking from place to place, I carry them as such. The extremist. This is usually a 50 to 75 liter backpack, which is actually a bit bigger than the one I'm currently carrying. And you have everything you need to survive in one backpack. It really depends with all three of these options. They're all viable options. It just really depends what the point of your travel is. If you're trying to live bare minimum off the land, purchase things along the way, definitely go with the minimalist approach. Maybe not that small of a backpack, but you get the idea. Double duty, also viable option if you know where you're staying at night or and don't want to and are able to drop off one of the backpacks along the way. That's fantastic. If you want everything with you all the time and not have your hands full, the extremist is also a great option as well. So it really just depends on what kind of living and traveling style that you want. My next question for you is, how much do you want to carry? What you carry will be on your back wherever you're headed. If you're walking short distances, maybe a heavier bag won't matter as much. But if you're walking longer distances, it could cause some back pain. The backpacks that I've researched range from 13 liters all the way up to 70 liters. It's kind of weird considering we're in America that they measure that in liters, but it's true. A 70 to 75 liter backpack would most likely cause you some serious back pain, but a 13 liter backpack isn't going to carry much. My recommendation from my research is probably aim for a 50 to 65 liter backpack. You can go bigger than that, but it again depends highly upon how much you're planning on walking and carrying with it. It also depends upon what you need to carry. If you're carrying a lot of equipment, you may have to go for the larger as well. But the thing is, the more space you have, the thing is you will fill it, and that does equate to weight. So it's always better to go a little smaller than you think you need, just so that you will be certain that you have not too much. My next question for you is, do you want to use your backpack as a carry-on or as a luggage? This is important if you're planning to travel through airports. You see, a small backpack like this, and even this high school backpack that I have, would be a perfect carry-on. But some of the larger 60-liter backpacks, it can be very questionable if they'll let you use that as a carry-on. Also, you have to take into consideration what you're packing. If you're planning to pack things in your bag like a pocket knife or sharp objects, they're not going to let you use that as a carry-on. So you have to be considerate of that as well. Next, I want to ask, do you want an external or internal frame? An internal frame is something like this, where the built-in frames are all on the inside, all of its support systems. This is just a high school backpack, so it doesn't actually have a sturdy frame inside of it, but it gives you that idea that it has a shape, but you can't see what its frame is. An external frame has the big metal poles that stick outside of the backpack, allowing you to attach sleeping bags, tents, all the extra stuff that you have. It can hang on the outside. The problem with an external frame is that it's kind of awkward and bulky, so it's probably not the best if you're planning on going longer distances. I would probably recommend an internal frame. They tend to be a little warmer because there isn't as much distance between you and the backpack, but it is well supported and pretty well maintained. Another thing to consider is, do you want a top-loading or a side-loading backpack? A top-loading backpack is really, it's like your grandma's potato sack, really. It's got the opening at the top and you just shove everything down. It might have a few small pockets on the sides, but majority is going top down. And since you want to pack your heavier things on the bottom of your backpack rather than on the top, you're probably going to put your tent and your sleeping bag and, you know, the less needed necessities on the bottom. But when night comes, you're going to have to likely dig all the way to the bottom to get them out. Side-loading backpack allows you to turn your backpack on your side and unzip it so you can reach in at any point and remove whatever you need. However, you have to be a lot more conscientious of your distribution of weight because you don't want one side to end up being a lot heavier than the other, and therefore you walking uncomfortably and putting more weight on one side than you need. So definitely the side-loaded backpack has its benefits, but you don't want to hurt yourself in the process. Another question I have for you is, what kind of climate are you going to be in? There are waterproof backpacks out there that will definitely keep your things from getting too wet if you're in snow or rain a lot. There's also backpacks that have a secret pouch that unzips, and then you can pull a cloth or a raincoat kind of cloth over your backpack to keep your belongings dry, because what's worse than having a bunch of soggy clothes in your backpack smelling moldy? You know, you don't want that traveling the world. Lastly, I want to just talk about getting fitted. I went to a couple different stores asking them about getting fitted and measured for backpacks, and their response to me was they don't do that. And I was kind of shocked. I thought that was a universal thing, that everyone can measure you and get you fitted for backpacks. But a lot of places, they just have a kind of one-size-fits-all mentality, and just really try it on and make sure that you have, with a hiking backpack, unlike the ones in my lap, they have straps that allow that so that it sits right on the waist, above your waist, like right on your waistline, and then you want your straps tight on your shoulders and not moving around too much. You want the majority of the weight of your backpack to be on your hips and then on your shoulders. That's something to consider. But the places I went to and talked to them about, they didn't do that. I know REI does do fittings, but what I was getting the sense of was this is more of a customized hiking option. Now, if you're planning a round the world trip and you're choosing a backpack that is going to be with you for months, carrying all of your things, I highly recommend getting fitted. It would be much better for you to find a backpack that is truly your size rather than getting a one-fits-all kind of thing. If you're going on a hike for a couple days, yes, you may have some back pain from a one-size-fits-all kind of thing, but overall, you'll probably be all right. So it's up to you which way you want to go, but I would probably consider, for a round-the-world backpack, to really consider getting it customized. And that's today's Tuesday travel tips. I hope that you enjoyed, and I will see you back next week. Bye!